Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Wise Words Wednesdays. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you stopping by to listen. My name is Holly. I'm a holistic healer, spiritual development coach, mystic, and spiritual medium, amongst many other things. I'm proud to say that I am a rainbow warrior and light worker. I'm on a mission to change the world for the better and help to usher in a new age of spiritual awareness and unity on the planet. I aspire to inspire others to live happier, healthier, and more spiritual lives. And I wish to guide and help people to develop a deeper awareness and understanding of their spirituality and also their natural psychic abilities for holistic healing, personal empowerment, guidance through life, and more. I'm also the lightworking warrior woman of the Warrior Women Events community. If you're on Instagram, then please come and check us out. The main base of operations is at Warrior Women Events, and you can get linked to all the other women that are involved in the initiative from that main page. Now, tonight I want to keep it as short and sweet as I can, though famous last words. I said that last week and the episode went on for nearly half an hour, but I'm hoping that this will be a short and sweet episode. I'm going to talk about something which may turn out to be something that might be seen as quite controversial, actually. But tonight I'm going to talk about mental health issues, particularly in relationship to psychic abilities and sensitivities. Now, I would love to hear your thoughts about any of the things that I raise here in this episode, and would really love a discussion to get started in the comments below. Now, absolutely all of us, every single one of us, have been affected in some ways by a mental health issue, or we know dozens of people who are. Every single one of us. Now, off the top of my head, I can think of people in my life, personally know people in my life that have had problems with post-traumatic stress disorder, postpartum depression, also known as postnatal depression. I know people with extreme anxiety who have regular panic attacks. I know people with manic depression. I know people with bipolar disorder. I've known people with multiple personality disorder and paranoid schizophrenia. I've known people suffering with anorexia. Or should I say living with anorexia. Suffering is not a word that I like to use, but people living with anorexia and bulimia, amongst many other mental health conditions that I don't just bring to the top of my mind. Now, I know people who have attempted suicide on numerous occasions, and I have family members on both sides that have actually taken their own lives through severe depression. I've worked with people who have been homeless because of their mental well-being, who have self-medicated with alcohol, with weed, and even harder narcotics, opiates, and the like. I have worked with people in a secure unit who have been removed from society as if they've either been deemed a threat to themselves or others because of the state of their emotional and mental health. I've seen close family members literally falling apart at the seams because of the state of their mental health. And I myself have experienced problems of my own after the birth of my first son, which I recognise now was mild postnatal depression. And I never wanted to label it as that at the time. I think for several reasons. One, I didn't want the label because I didn't want it to be true. And I think also because the stigma attached to that and the connotations of that, which I think is a problem universally with all mental health problems and diagnoses, is the stigma attached and the way you treat yourself because of that, and the way you fear other people are going to treat you because of that as well. I have seen and experienced and observed so many different facets of mental health conditions, and I still feel unable to adequately express the compassion I have for anyone experiencing any problems with their mental health, and for their family members and close friends too. I truly feel for every single person involved with conditions like the ones I've mentioned, and I judge no one for their actions as a result of the conditions they are living with every day of their lives. And soldiering on like absolute heroes. It seems a bit of a cliche to say that it's okay to not be okay. That if there is anyone out there who needs someone to talk to or sit quietly with them, then consider me that person, because it does sound like a cliche to say that. We've all got our own stuff going on, and we can't all be there for everybody all of the time. I read a post today written by my beautiful and brilliant young cousin who is living with some mental health issues herself, and she so articulately wrote about how it took her a long time to come to terms with the fact that it's okay to not be okay, and that if you know someone with any sort of mental health issue, then reach out to them, just in case they are too afraid or just too ashamed to reach out and ask someone for some support. You know, even just sitting silently with someone can do them the world of good. So don't just say, I'm there if you need me. Message them if you're worried about them. Show up for them. Now, the controversial subject of medication is one that I agree with for some people. Now, I know that it really does give people breathing room to help them deal with the process of what's going on. And for some people, it can really help their symptoms be alleviated. Now, you know, anyone who knows me knows that Big Pharma are, to put it politely, not my favourite people. But for some people, medication is both helpful and needed. Now, of course, there are natural ways of dealing with certain issues, and for some people, they are the better option. There's been a lot of things publicised lately about extreme side effects to antidepressants, increasing suicidal thoughts and things, for example. So, you know, you do have to really consider your personal preferences. And I just implore you all to research the side effects of the things that you take before taking them, and ask what they can safely be taken with, and just have a full awareness of your options before you decide to start taking anything. Now, all of this aside, what I wanted to talk to you about is the small percentage of people who have been diagnosed with mental health issues or fear a diagnosis of a mental health condition due to having extrasensory perception. People with anxiety, multiple personalities disorder, and schizophrenia, to name but a few, could be linked with having natural psychic abilities, natural sensitivities. Now, we live in a world of illusion. The physical reality we find ourselves in is one of complete misperception. It's a world of illusion, also known as Maya. Now, any quantum physicist will tell you that all solid matter is actually made up of 99.9% empty space. So that just goes to show that our perception of what is physical is completely bogus, and so our senses are lying to us all the time. You know, there are worlds existing alongside our own that we can't physically see or feel, but they are there nonetheless. There's energies around us constantly that we can't see or feel, but they're affecting us, and they are there nonetheless. Now, there's some studies been done that show that groups of people focusing on love and unity at the same time through transcendental meditation can significantly reduce the rate of violent crime in a city at the time that the meditation is taking place. If this can happen by focusing on love, then what do you think the effect of widespread fear, hate-mongering, and despair for what is happening to our planet through the stories being pushed on us by the mainstream media could have? Especially to those of us who are particularly sensitive to energies. Mother Earth is in turmoil. Do you think that the energy of the Earth could affect us too? If people are particularly empathic these types of things are going to have a huge effect on their mental state and well-being if they don't know how to clear it or just even notice it. Now, being a medium myself, I have been on this journey since I was 19, so for over 12 years. And in those 12 years, I've spoken to a number of people who have experienced overshadowing by spirit. It's something that I have had happen to me, and I know lots of other people that have happened to as well, even people that are not this way inclined, if you like. Now, this occurs when a spirit stands very close to you for one reason or another, and you can take on their personality traits, their emotions, their mannerisms, and even in some cases you can take on their physical attributes as well. Now, if someone is particularly vulnerable or unaware that this is going on, then this spirit entity could very well attach itself to you for long periods of time, and it could really wreak havoc in your life. This can be dealt with very simple clearing and protection techniques, so it's nothing to worry about if you were aware of it going on. Please message me if you'd like to know more about this, or if you want to know about the clearing and protection techniques. I'd be more than happy to help you. Now, in an extreme case I know of, a young man who was vulnerable through an existing mental health problem had not just one but several spirits attach themselves to him. Now, this poor young man is living in a secure unit. He's highly medicated, and I wonder how many people out there are just experiencing something similar, experiencing overshadowing. Now, I wonder how many people out there are being diagnosed as mentally ill because they hear the voices of spirits talking to them, or have visitors come sit on their beds at night and are just absolutely terrified. I wonder how many people who are experiencing extreme anxiety or depression, or problems with rage and anger management, are actually just experiencing someone else's emotions. I wonder how many people are put on medication as children because they have told their parents that they see colours and auras and hear people's thoughts and remember their past lives and see deceased family members. And I bet there are a lot of people out there who are labelled as having a mental health problem actually just are extraordinarily gifted or extraordinarily sensitive. Just a little bit of food for thought for you. I don't really have any conclusion on that. I just wanted to plant some seeds out there and to just have an awareness of these things, really. So yeah, just as I said, a bit of food for thought. Any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. If you don't already, come and follow me on social media, or come check out my website. I am hollysHolisticHealing.co.uk is my website. My Facebook page is also Holly's Holistic Healing. My Instagram is at holistic_Holly. That's also the handle for my Twitter as well. If you have any concerns about anything I've mentioned, then please do not hesitate to get in touch with me. I would really be happy to help in any way that I can. If you believe that you have natural psychic abilities and would like to connect with others who do, or if you would like to get a better understanding of it and learn how to control it or learn how to develop it, then please get in touch or come and join my Facebook group, which is called Dawn of the New Age, and that's also linked to my Facebook page, so you can find it there, and you can find all of these links through my website as well. So thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you for it. Please share this with a friend if you think they'll benefit from it, and I hope to catch you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you are up to. Love and light. Yahida and namaste.